So what is a Riemann sum? So the Riemann sum is a method used to approximate the area under a curve and breaking up into multiple pieces, little rectangles, and summing up the area of all those rectangles together will give us the area that we're looking for. Okay, so in this problem, what we have is we need R4, and the function is g of x equals cosine of pi x on the interval between 0 to 1. Okay, so let's see, we have here, so this is 0 and this is half, and so we're going to divide this into 4 intervals between 0 and 1. So basically we have the total distance is going to be 1, so divided by 4 intervals, that's going to give us 0.25 for each interval. So let's go ahead and do that here. So this is 0.5, that's going to be 0.25, 0.75, and 1, and that's what we're interested in, 4 different of those. So basically now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw rectangles here up to my curve, and those rectangles are what's going to be used to approximate the area. Now the first rectangle, so we need a R, the R means right Riemann sum, so we want to look at this rectangle, we're going to find the area on the right, not on the left, on the right. So this point here, and then so on for all of those rectangles. So this is just used as an approximation of the area. So this is 0.25, 0.75, and 1. Okay, so each of those rectangles, this is the x value, 0.25, the distance, and then the y value is going to be coming from the cosine of pi of x. So we're going to put the x value for each of them, 0.25, 0.5, 0.75, and 1, and then we're going to calculate the y value, and then we're going to multiply them together. So because to get the area of each rectangle. So that is the method that we're going to use. Okay, so basically what we have then is we have 4 of these, so we're going to go ahead and start with the first one. So cosine of pi x is 0.25. 0.25 is 1/4, so pi by 4. And then for the 0.5, we have cosine of pi by 2, because 0.5 is half, and cosine of, for 0.75, we have 3 pi by 4, and then we have cosine of 1. Of pi actually, sorry. And then these are the y values. So we're going to multiply that with the x value for each of them, which is 0.25. So this sets up each of those rectangles, and we are summing up the areas. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and calculate what this is going to give us. Cosine of pi by 4, we know from the unit circle, is root 2 by 2. Cosine of pi by 2, which is 90 degrees, is going to be 0. 3 pi by 4 is going to be negative root 2 by 2 from the unit circle again. And then we have cosine of pi, which is basically negative 1. Okay, because it's all the way up to 180 degrees, and that's going to be negative 1. And this all is going to be multiplied by 0.25. So now we have, these will cancel out. So now we have negative 1 in the parentheses. So negative 1 times 0.25 is minus 0.25. That's our final answer for the approximation of the area under these under the curve for these 4 rectangles used from a right Riemann sum. So we're using the right points to as y values for the corresponding distance for the x value is 0.25. Okay, hope you enjoyed. I'll talk to you next. Have a nice day. Bye.